Hey y'all, I'm going to explain how to code in Unreal by comparing it to Unity's C# scripting, and I'm also going to explain how the code works that I'm gonna write. So if you're new to coding, you're not totally lost. So first I'm going to go to Unity and open a new project to open a script, a C# script. So I'm just gonna make a new project. I'm gonna choose a core. I'm gonna choose the .3D built-in pipeline. I'm pretty sure this one has like nothing, so it's good to start with. Just gonna name it tutorial. I'm gonna create it. Alright, so we're in the Unity now. So to make a script in Unity, you just go to any file, any empty file. You left click, you go to create, then you select scripting and then select mono behavior, or you can choose any of these, but mono behavior will work. Gonna call it entire game, and I'm gonna put it in the hierarchy just as the floating object. And yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna open it. So this is a basic mono behavior script. I'm not gonna explain everything, but I'm just gonna explain the basics. A mono behavior basic is just a class and basically means that this script has to be attached to an object to actually run, such as here is attached to this transform. But that's just Unity specifically. So yeah, so we have two functions here. This is almost enough to make a whole game, but I'm just gonna add some stuff to this. So, but first I'm gonna explain it. So we have start and we have update. Start, as it says right here, is called once before update. I'm just gonna change this to initialize, and this is, yeah, this is just update. Start is just called once, and update is called once per frame. I'm gonna add something else, and that is data. So right here, this is all you need to make a game. I will put data here, put it into the start that only runs once to initialize the data, and then I'll use the data and update. I'm gonna add some data just to make an example. So like an enum, maybe a jump state, and you got falling, standing, jumping. And then we may have like a struct. A struct is, I could explain all of this. It would just take a while. But let me just write this down. So struct, we got a jump main. There we go. A struct can take in, can hold variables and can also hold functions. So I can give this jump man a jump state, the in, and I'm gonna make it public because for some reason everything in struct has to be public. Jump state, state, and then here I can do void, just make a whole other function called construct or whatever, and there we go. So I can do like state equals standing, jump state dot standing. Forgot about that. And then I can give it an update function, just update, or maybe move. There we go. So I'm gonna show this a little bit. So in initialize, in the start, this is where you initialize your data. So struct here, this is basically an object. So I can go like this. I can make a new Jumpman. So Jumpman is called a Mayroll equals new Jumpman. Alright, so now we have Mayroll and their Jumpman. So now I can initialize Mayroll because I gave them this function construct. So I'm gonna do Mayroll.construct, and that's it. Oh yeah, I have to do public as well. And then in update, this is where you change things. So I'm just gonna do move, and there we go. So every frame. Okay, so when Unity starts, Mayroll.construct is executed. So Mayroll, gets a jump state standing, and then after that, every frame we move Mayroll somehow. And yeah, that's a game. And I know I'm like referencing Mario here, but you can literally make Mario, right? Define Mario just like I did here, and then just update Mario. You can make the whole game in one script. That's all you need. And all you need is the update, start, and some variables. And I'm gonna add something else here in the move, and that's going to be delta time. So for example, if I say that Jumpman has a vector 3, has a position, vector 3, and then I, initialize it. If I want to actually move Jumpman, I need to use delta time. So plus equals delta time, and well, that's it. Let's say I want to move in the z axis. There we go. So what is delta time? Actually, I think I wrote it wrong. Time dot delta time. There we go. So delta time is used to basically to sync this movement to your screen's refresh rate. So this basically like this delta time changes depending on how fast your screen refreshes, and it prevents like this position from changing different speeds between different monitors. It basically keeps this constant. So no matter what monitor or refresh rate you got, if you add delta time, this position will change in the same amount of seconds always. So this is just to adapt to different refresh rates. So you gotta use this, or else this position may move quickly or slowly depending on your refresh rate of your screen, and that's not good. That's not good for video games. So you gotta use delta time whenever moving anything. So I would go like speed times delta time, That's what I would do to actually move. But here I'm just moving it like by time. Delta time is also just like a clock. It's like it's a very small number, and somehow it tells you the time. It literally tells you the time. So yeah, gonna control S, save, always save your scripts, and there we go. The star just disappeared there. So there we go. We have this is a game. This is literally a game. I could explain all of this other stuff, but now I'm just going to go to Unreal and just make all of this in Unreal. All right. So let's go. All right. I'm in the Epic Games launcher. Gonna launch Unreal. All right. So here's the Unreal launcher. I'm going to make a new project. Oh yeah, you do games and then I guess blank. I'll do blank. Oh, you can do C++. Okay, well I'm gonna do blueprints because that's the point. Just gonna do scalable and tutorial nodes. Gonna create a blank. I'm not sure what this is gonna make, but Alright, so here we are in Unreal. I'm actually not sure why this is here, but we're gonna ignore that and go to straight up, just go to nodes. So let's see. Okay, so here there's a blueprint symbol here. So I'm gonna make a new blueprint. I'm gonna put it in an actor, and it's gonna tell me to make a folder here. So I guess I'll do that. And there we go. This folder should be in a content drawer. Yeah, there we go. This thing can move out. I'm gonna put this right here. So now we have all of this stuff. So I'm just gonna move on. This is the actor components. It's just like Unity. It's just like Unity. So how do I actually look at the graph? So I'm guessing go to event graph, and there we go. So this is how we start off with Unreal. So as I said before, I'm going to make all of this in Unreal. So first of all, I'm going to look for an update function and a initialize function. So usually to actually get any nodes, you gotta type it out. So you left click on any empty space and then you get this. So you can search like update or start or something like that. It seems like there's a begin play here, so this probably happens when you begin. So I'm going to use this as a start. And then event tick. And look, we have delta seconds. I'm pretty sure this is delta time. So we could use this as delta time. Okay. And then this is just collision begin overlap. So nodes, there should be everything here, but it just looks different. So I'm going to treat this. Let's see if I can make add comment. There we go. We can make a comment. Update. You can put things inside. This is how people like to organize. You just make a comment. You put your notes in here. Okay, so this is update. I'm gonna make this update and make a new comment. Oh, it's taking. There's some shortcuts with this, but I don't know them. I just know how to type. Initialize. And I'm gonna put this right in here. So when you drag the comment, you're dragging everything inside it as well. So here we have initialize and update. There we go. Now I'm going to make some variables. So let's try to make some enum. Right here, all the variables and like the objects are on the left here. I'm gonna click plus new variable. So every variable has a type, and I'm going to make this an enum. Oh, there's a lot of enums. Enum. I just want an enum. So all of these variables are just variables that exist already, but I really just want an enum. Oh, I guess it's an 8-bit number. Byte. Let's call it jump state. So now I can drag this out and I can either get or set jump state. So this is more like a function rather than just a single variable. Each variable will have a get node and a set node. Set node, this is how you change the variable, and this is how you get it. It's a lot like using a function that has set and get. So here I could say in the initialization, I will set jump state to, let's say, 3. And well, there we go. It's 3 now. And then in here, I will use something to get it. So like Now I'm going to make a function. Let's see how I'm going to make a function. So here in the left, we also have functions. I guess I'm going to make one. I'm going to call it move. Just like in here. This function move, I'm going to do that. So here's my function move. Shows up separate from event graph because I guess it treats it as its own graph. And I'm going to try to give it an argument. So first I'm going to call it here, move. There we go, and its target is the self, I guess. And I'm going to try to put this into the move function, just like in here, or I can go like, okay, move, and then give it an enum, right? Or an int, you know, whatever. Just like in here, I can give it an enum, and then I can put like 2, right? There you go. I'm going to do that with move. And the way you do that is you go to, you select the function, and then you look to the right in the details. And here you can change a whole bunch more stuff about it, like the description, you know, the category, whether it's public or private. And here in the inputs, this is what I want. And the outputs is also if you want to return a value. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to set this to byte, and I want a byte. I'm going to call it like state. And in the default value 0, and there we go. So now I can go back to the event graph, and there we go. The move now has state, so I can just put my jump state right in there. So now to actually test this, I'm going to do, I'm going to log this. So I'm going to print string, and you can do this in Unity too. It's just called something different. It's called debug.log, and then you print anything you want. So you first do like a string, like, okay, state, and then you do plus, and then add mayor.state, and then you save. Go back to Unity. And so when I run this, in this console here, right here, should show the state as standing. There we go. There it is. And it's updating all the time. That's how you know it's updating. So I'm going to do that as well in Unreal by doing print string. I'm going to get from here, I'm going to drag this. I'm going to say byte to string. And then I'm just going to put the jump state in there as well. So there we go. So this should print out the jump state as 3 probably in the console. And then you can also change other stuff about the print string, but I'm just gonna keep it like that. And now I'm gonna save, and here's a compile thing. So I guess I'm just gonna compile that, press that, compile, save, compile, and then go back and let's run it. Let's see where the log is. Oh wait, there it is. So let's see if it actually shows up here. Okay, so after messing around trying to figure out how to actually use this blueprint, I renamed it to Mayoral. Apparently just click and drag the blueprint and you just add it to this scene like that. You can't just click and drag and add it to here. No, you gotta click and drag and add it to the scene because it's an object. So now that I press run, there we go. It's outputting 3 there and outputting 3 here constantly. There we go. So that's how I know it works. And yeah. And to show, to demonstrate delta time, I'm also going to print that too by copying this, pasting, and then just pulling this out, saying it is a float to string, and then just get out the time. There you go. Save, compile. Oh, tutorial map. I'm gonna save this. I guess yeah, map as tutorial map. So there we go. Now it's called tutorial map. So now when I press play, look at that. It's telling me delta time, and delta time is a very small number, so you can see. But yeah, this is useful for debugging, and also the same for Unity. And yeah, this there's a lot more to this. I guess. For example, this whole thing is called an event graph, and you can make more graphs here. You can add more graphs if you like. And there's the event dispatchers, which is a whole other thing, but this is basic. This is like as basic as it gets. I made a function move, gave it a variable, and it does nothing right now, but then I print it out, and by using the event tick and then begin play to initialize it. So there we go. That's some code for you. So hopefully this was helpful. I didn't explain a lot in this video, but it should be enough to print out some numbers. And yeah.